Let's learn how to put together a video game style PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to start with two slides already open, the background that I want to use for this demo, and the Bitmojis and the different poses that I'll use for this demo. I'm going to copy the running Bitmoji and I will paste it into the slide for this demonstration. For this demo, I am going to show you the Bitmoji emerging from the pipe. So right now I'm going to move over to the pipe. I'm going to format. I'm going to go to rotate. And I'm going to turn the Bitmoji so I'm facing the castle. From here, I'm going to go ahead and copy this slide. So I'll go to Insert, New Slide, and I'll go down to Duplicate Slide. And this will copy the slide with the same position over and over. And I'm going to do this a couple of times. This allows me to just edit the Bitmoji as I go. So the very simple part, we're going to go to Format and we're going to go to Crop. And I am going to crop, hold on, I'm going to crop from the bottom. Sorry, let me go back, crop. All right, I'm going to crop up to the line of the tunnel, the top of the tunnel. So just the head is peeking out on this particular slide. So you see it starting. I'm going to go to the next slide and I'm going to move up just a little bit. And I'll do the same thing, then crop up till I'm in alignment with the top of the pipe. Hit crop. I'll do the same on the next slide. Move up. Crop. Good, and you'll see the progression. So more and more of the Bitmoji is being able to be seen. And as the slides play, it'll look like she's emerging upward. I'm going to change it to the happy wave. That way it looks like when she has completely emerged, she's saying, "Hello everyone," or "Hi there." From here is where I'll start with the animation. So hang on, I gotta get back to the slide. Here we go. All right, so I'm gonna want this action to appear, and then I'm gonna want her to begin to run again. So I'm gonna go over to animation, and I'm gonna go add animation, and I'm gonna want that emoji to disappear. So I'm gonna go to the transitions that allow an exit, and I'm going to do disappear. In the next action, I want the running emoji to appear. So I'm going to copy it again and add it to this slide. Pasting it in, rotating. So I'm running towards the castle. And I'll move her right at the top. So the next trick would be to add the animation appear. So I'm going to move her right in front, and I'm going to go to animation, and I'm going to go add and appear. I'm going to go over to the animation panel on the right, and I want those to happen together, so I click with previous. So once she disappears, the other one will appear and they'll appear together. Right now I'm going to custom path because it's time to make this Bitmoji come down from the pipe. So I'm drawing a little path that comes downward. It's a little bit low, but I'll adjust that later. So I have 3 transitions or 3 animations added to the slide. The appear, out of the tunnel, and disappear. Then the custom path. And that was just a preview. So I clicked on the first animation and I put play from, and it just allows you to see how that transition is going to go. And make sure that that one happens after. Next, I'm going to add a line. Actually, I'm going to undo that. I'll go to a new slide to add the line transition. So I'll make sure that that's still correct. So I didn't back up too far with undo. And now I am just going to add a new slide. And this one I'll start. I duplicated it. I'm going to delete the one in the back because we don't need any of those transitions to happen. And I'm going to go over to the animation panel and remove all those animations from the last slide. And I'm going to go ahead and position her here because that's where we left off in the previous slide. And now I'm going to go to animation and add a line. In this line animation, I'm going to have the bitmoji go directly in front of the castle. So I'm going to grab the red arrow and drag it over to where I want my transition to finish, or animation to finish, which is in front of the castle door. I'll play it from here, and it shows you should go straight over there. I'll add another slide. By going to insert, insert and duplicate slide, and I'm going to go over to the animation panel, and I'm going to remove the animation from the previous slide because I just copied the entire thing. I'm going to go ahead and move her in front of the castle, but I want to change the position. I'm going to get a different bitmoji. I'm going to go back to the very top where I already have everything that I want to use, and I'm going to use this one with kind of like a high or a buy, and I'll copy her and place her in front of the door of the castle. And then this, I'm going to add an animation of fading out. So I hit add animation, and I'm going to go down to the exit choices, and I'm going to do fade. So she will fade into that castle. I'm going to go to the first slide, and I'm going to go to slideshow just so we can preview what we've done. So I have it from the beginning, which is here. I'll delete this at the end. But now you can see she's coming up out of the, we need to fix that, but up out of the pipe, down, and in front of the castle. And then she'll fade in. So we need to fix a few things. I need to go to the slide where it looks like I did not crop. I skipped one. So let's go through and figure out. So there's a head. Let's change the transitions also so it'll go smoothly. I'm going to take mouse click off, and I'm going to change the duration of the slide to 0.50. This way they just flow smoothly. So I'm going to go to the next slide and make the same edits. Go to transition, go to after. We're going to take the on mouse click off, and we're going to change it to 0.50. And the mouse click is just if you're in presentation mode, you would be able to click when these transitions start. So from here, we just want it to play seamlessly. So that's why I'm changing those different things. But here's where I forgot to crop. So I'm cropping this one. So we'll fix that and fix the transition. And once again, just changing the duration. And I'm just going through each slide, taking off the on mouse click. This one I'll keep the duration at about 2 because there's a couple of transitions going on here. And go to the next slide. And so right now I'm just fixing all the transitions, but you do see that does give you an option to apply to all. So if I didn't have some with multiple transitions, I could just click that one and everything would be at the same timing. This one seemed to go a little faster, so I kind of want to see if this will help with the transition. So now I'm going to go back to the top and I'm going to hit slideshow. Well, first I'm going to delete the slide, I'm sorry. So I right click, deleted that first one. So having it play from the beginning, coming up, out, over. All right, I need to make some adjustments. So I'm going to go to the slide where I'm exiting the pipe because my custom path went down too low. I'm below the bricks. So I'm just going to preview it. And you see how low I am? So now I'm going to make some adjustments. I'm going down to the red arrow and I'm going to pull up till I get my feet in the placement that I desire. And I'm going to go back to the top and preview from the beginning. And that's much better, so that's smoother. Next, I'm going to the next slide where I fade into the castle. It faded pretty quickly, so I'm just going to increase. And now I'm going to slideshow and I'll watch it from the beginning. And I begin to enter, I come up, come over, fade in. So a little bit more adjustments on the speeds and the transition, but this just gives you an idea of how to create those different things, of how to crop yourself in and out of a tunnel, fade into the castle using transition. So I'm taking it to after previous. That way it's not waiting on a click for the presentation. I'm going to go back to the beginning, which is the blank screen. And I'm going to preview again by going to slideshow at the top here. Sorry. Let me check a few more slides. Looks good. Make sure all of these are after. Well, that first one I need to be with. So it's going to be with the previous animation, and the next one will be after the previous animation. So I'm just making sure that they start when they should. And if you need a video to go slower, you probably want to go to the video that is about animating your bitmoji. It's very short and quick, but it shows you how to play around with your animations easily if you're not familiar. So once again, I'm just checking to make sure all of my animations are playing after one another. Now I'm going to go to slideshow and start from the beginning and kind of see. It's much better. And once you put music to it, that is when it's amazing. So I'm going to press escape. And that is it. I'm going to go back to the previous tutorial. So I will now show you the first demo that you saw in part 1. It goes through the different slides. The first slide, I appear. Well, first I animated the text. The text is just word art that will pulse. Then I will appear with a bounce. And then I drew a path up, so underneath the brick. And that was it for the first slide. The second slide, I drew a line up and I animated the text above me. And I used a pulse. So I drew the line up. It appears as I'm jumping. I'll play it for you. I jump up 3 times and then the word art comes up. The next slide that you saw in the demo, I just drew a path from up top to the tunnel. And the next path, I just began to crop the bitmoji down. So it appears that she's going down from the tunnel, rotating, and then I added text. I did animate the text, and that's how I got the effect for the demo video of part 1. So I'm just showing you that this is movable, just clip art text that I imported and just animated so that it flashed. You can be as creative as you like. Play around with the different transitions and the different effects. Once again, I always just want to inspire and give you a starting point or help you get familiar with some of the features. But the sky is the limit. Let's start with a blank slide. And I'm going to go ahead and just delete. Just click on it and hit delete. Click and hit delete. So you have a blank slide. You're going to go to Insert and Online Pictures. In here you will search for whatever background you'd like, whatever scene or wallpaper you want to import. I'm just going to type in Super Mario Bros. Scene and see what comes up, just for demonstration purposes of starting with a blank slide. So I'm going to use this first scene here. And I'm going to stretch it out so it fits the slide. From here, I'm going to go to my other presentation and just copy my bitmoji. But you can use your Chrome extension to add your bitmoji. But since I already have it out, instead of going through multiple files. So copy, go back to that project, and paste. The fun about this is you can make yourself bigger, you can make yourself smaller. I think big is actually kind of cute, kind of funny. And I've seen people make birthday invitations. I've seen people use this to do so many fun things now. So I'm going to use the image of me a little bit bigger, and I'm going to add an animation. The first animation I'm going to add will be appearing. So I'm going to go to animation, and I'm going to do appear. And then I'm going to add an animation, and I'm going to use the swivel. So the first step, I will appear in the slide, and then I will swivel. I'm going to add another animation. I'm going to draw a line. So I'm going to go down to line. And I'm going to make the bitmoji progress forward. So I'm going to take the red portion of that arrow and bring it forward. After that, I would like some text to appear. So I'm going to go to Insert. And I'm going to insert a shape. So I'm going to go Insert, Shapes. And I want like a comic-like. So I'm going to select this, position it where I want, and then I'm going to change the color by going up to Format. And I'm going to format. I'm going to click Shape Fill. And I'm going to turn the shape fill to white. And then I'm going to add word art. And the word art is whatever phrase or sentiment you want to put. It could be happy birthday, whatever this presentation is for. Welcome back to school. You are super. But right now I'm just going to type in I love bitmoji fun because I do love playing around with the bitmoji. I will center that how I like, and of course you can change the font style and graphics however you want, but I'm just going to keep it simple just for this presentation. I'm going to click both of those and highlight them and group them together. That way they'll animate together. So now I'm going to go to animation and I'm going to do add. I want it to get bigger, so sorry, hold on. Go to animation, add animation, and I'm going to do the zoom. Yes, that is a great effect. So imagine if that said happy birthday, like that would be really neat. So now I'm going to make sure that each transition of the animation happen after each other. So I appear, then after that, I will swivel, and after swivel, I'll go forward. After going forward, the animation, the text will appear. But I'm making sure that each of them start after each other. Let's play it. Swivel, forward, animation. Very good. So I'm going to change the bottom because I want it to zoom in and out a couple of times. You go to timing, and it has a repeat section, and I'm going to repeat 3 times. That's good. I'm also going to move back a little bit so the bitmoji is not under the text as much. And I think that's good. So let's play it. She enters the scene. Just imagine the music and happy birthday. Once you add the music, that brings the whole slide together. But I hope this was helpful. Enjoy.